Hey guys, today's question is two best non-overlapping events. In this question, we are given with some events in the event 2D array, where every array contains three elements: start time, end time, and value. So the start time is when the event will start, end time is when the event will end, and value is the overall value we will get if we perform that event, if that event is performed. Okay. Now we have to choose two best events such that the overall value that we get from these two events is maximized. Okay. We have to return that maximized sum, and also the events are the ending of inclusive ending and start time are inclusive. So if a event is ending at 3 and the next event is starting at 3, that's not possible. If an event is ending at 3, next event should start from 4 or greater than 4. Okay, so this is the thing we have to care about, and that's all. Finally, we have to return the maximum sum that we can generate by choosing two events such that we get the maximum sum. Now in this example 1, we can see the event array is given as 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 2 and 2, 4, 3. So 1 and 3 is the starting and ending time of this event 0. 4 and 5 are starting and ending time of this event, and 2 and 4 are starting and ending time of this event. Okay, so this is given here in diagram form also. Now we can choose these two events, the event 0 and event 1, that will get us the maximum profit, which is 2 plus 2. The profit is at the second index of every array, 2 and 2, which is equals to 4. Okay, if we choose this array, then it is not possible to choose any of them because they are overlapping. Okay, so we have to choose two non-overlapping array elements of start time and end time. Now what we can do is we will simply sort the events array such that we have sorted array on the basis of start time, because the first value is start time. And now we can use a priority queue that will track the events that are before that start time, that are ending before the start time. And if I somehow get the events that are ending before start time and get the maximum value for that, for those events which are ending before start time, for example in this array, if at this point at the index 3, okay, where this is starting, when we got to this point, this event is starting as 452. Okay, when I will sort this array, it will look like 132 first, then 243, then 452. When at this point I will know how many events have ended before it, which is only this element. Okay, because this is ending at the fourth, but it should not start from 4. Both are inclusive. So if I somehow know how many events ended before that array, before the start time of this array, and I can choose the maximum of all that events. Okay, then I can simply check for every index that how many events ended before us, which and what was the maximum time that of those events which was ended before the current event. Okay, so to choose the maximum at every point, we know data structure is priority queue that will store maximum at every point. And now what? How will we choose every element? How will we choose every element that has end time before the current element start time? Okay, now simply what we can do is we can sort again event array by taking it into second array, and now we have to sort on the basis of end time. Okay, because we will take another pointer to the end time of that next array, second array. And while the current index's end time is less than the current index's start time, which is our events array sorted in the that we sorted first, till that we can push that element in the priority queue, the value. Okay, so now let's first code to so that you can understand it more well. So first we are sorting on the basis of the uh, start time. Okay, so events dot begin comma events dot end. Now we have to take another array, as I said, vector vector int. Let's name it as end time sorted, because we will sort this array on the basis of end time, and then we will have two pointers. Now sort this array on the basis of end time, which is as the second index. Okay, I mean first index. So we have to use a comparator for that, because default sort function works on the first element of that array, as we sorted the events array and time sorted dot end. So end time sorted dot end, and now we have to use a comparator. So the values are vector, so simply every value in the array is vector. So vector int first is a, let's say, and second b. Okay, let me first simply take it little here. Vector int and a, and vector int and b. Okay, now wait a second. Okay, this looks fine. Now we have to return on the basis of first index, because 0th index is the start time and first index is end time. So return simply a1 less than b1. So this array will be sorted on the basis of end time. Now we need a priority queue also to store the maximum value till that point. So priority queue of integer type, let's name it as pq, and let's take a index for the end time sorted array, and also we need an answer to return. So initially let's take answer as 0, and now we will go to every element in the events array which is sorted on the basis of start time. So auto index is events. Now what we'll do is first we will take the start time. The start time of the current event is x0, of course, and now all the elements that have the end time less than start time, we will push those values in the priority queue. Okay, that's why we sorted on the basis of the end time. So we don't need to check every value, we will simply use a pointer. So the overall complexity will be of n log n only because of sorting, okay, and using priority queue. So while we also have to check the if index is not out of the bound. So while end time sorted dot size, while I is less than end time sorted dot size, and the current finish time, end time is less than start time. Okay, so end time sorted I, and the start time is at the first index, sorry, end time is less than the current start time. Till this condition holds, we have to push the value in the pq. So simply push the value end time, end time sorted, and current value is at the second index, values at the second index, and simply I plus plus. Okay, now if there is any element is priority queue, then we can simply change our answer as the maximum of the previous answer and the current value at the top of the priority queue plus the current finish time of that element. Okay, because you have to choose two elements only. So if not pq dot empty, that means we have any value in priority queue, then we'll simply change the answer as max of previous answer, and the current answer will be pq dot top plus x of 2, which is the finish time of current element, and pq of top is the maximum finish time of those elements which ended before this. Else if the priority queue size is 0, then we can't access the pq dot top, so simply answer equals to max of answer and x2. And after all this for loop execution, we can simply return the max answer that we got. Okay, now let's run this. Okay, we missed that semicolon, I mean colon. Okay, let's submit this. So the code is accepted. Thank you for watching.